This book, A Manuel for Marco, is written by Sheila Abdullah and illustrated by Iman Tejpar and Shayla Abdullah. And I just want to start off, A Manuel for Marco is about an autistic boy. Now, while Marco was born with autism and diagnosed with autism, this book is actually not from his perspective, but for the perspective of his family, particularly his sibling. And here she is. This book kind of shows how, Marco, he's a boy and people don't always understand him. And you know what? While this focuses on the disability of autism, children in general are often misunderstood, and especially when they act differently. And in this case, this child who has Aspergers acted differently. And so his sister kind of made a tutorial, which, as you could tell by the title, A Manual for Marco. Not a tutorial, well, a manual. Kind of explaining to her friends more about her brother. And I thought this was it's really adorable, actually. Like, what can a sibling see in a child, or in their sibling especially? It's because, you know what, they're children as well. I mean, if you look at the picture here, she's a child. The illustration depicts her as a child, and very often, you know, even if you're from a small family, but especially a large family, you kind of get lost in the shuffle. You know, mom and dad, they're always focusing on your sibling, and, you know, unfortunately, I've seen this, actually, I'm thinking of one child specifically, the jealousy or the lack of attention just kind of overpowers the sibling. And this book actually says, nope, we're taking a step back, and I'm going to show you what's special about Marco. And not only does this sibling show what's special about Marco from her perspective, but, you know, one of the pages in the book discusses, well, if you cannot accept my brother for who he is, then please don't come to my house again. And that touched my heart, and that made me feel really special. And just, this book is special. And let me just show you some of the things that, you know, that's brought out. First, it shows, the first page started, what makes him special is that he's a math genius. You know what? If he's good at math, you'll see that right away, and the friends who come over will see that right away. And that's something, it's physical. You could physically see he's a special boy. Then, what makes him not special is that he hides things. Now, I know this may seem like, oh, this is a sibling thing, but when you're dealing with the fact that your special needs brother or sister has special needs, everything just, not everything, but like, it's hard to understand and explain to them your feelings, because especially autism and Asperger's, the person with the diagnosis, in this case Marco, doesn't always understand feelings the way you and I would understand it. And so when he hides things, maybe he's doing it to me, maybe not, but to try to explain it to them, which you should do, is just not something they'll necessarily understand. Here's some more things that this book touches upon, is that he has a fantastic memory. And then again, it brings the negative. He has a special diet, like you can't bring ice cream and certain things into the house because Marco can get sick from it. And that's another thing. You have friends over, you want to eat ice cream, but you know what? In our house, we only have popsicles or lollipops or whatever the treats are. Another special thing, he's strong. And just this book, I love how it touches upon what children can see both as positive and negative. Here's one that's really important. He can't handle change. It's like, you know, it's important when you have special needs children, and even regular children could benefit, but more so children with diagnosis, you must tell them everything before it happens, as it happens. And this will look strange to an outsider, as you could see. I thought this was really cute. You know, of course, children don't understand the concept of time and change, you know, especially as they're younger. And this kind of has a little schedule for the kids to actually see what it's like to be on a routine basically every single day of your life. And I thought that was really amazing. And overall, this book, it helps kids kind of understand. First of all, if your child is going to a friend's house and the friend has a disability, well, by looking at Marco and the way he interacts with his sister, or the way sister interacts with him, that's just a really good way for your friends to see, you know, you are going to a child who is different and he's still special and wonderful, but just like understand what you're about to go into and respect the friends as you would your own friends. And so this book is just really amazing. It's really special, and it has some tips for you. It has some tips for the siblings, for the friends. And it's just amazing. And the pictures, the illustrations are beautiful. They're really, really beautiful to look at. They're really attractive. The kids will love reading this book. The kids will love learning from it. And, you know, A Manuel for Marco is just a book that so many kids could learn from, both in a classroom. I'm so happy to see that there are many more children diagnosed with autism in a mainstream classroom. So if you have a child, it's just, this book is really, really important to read. And not only that, if I'm going to leave the link below to purchase it, and I really, really would love if you could purchase this book. But if you can't, I am so fortunate enough, I will be running a giveaway. So 3 of my lucky readers will have the opportunity to actually get a copy of this book and read it to your kids and help them understand. So if you like this video and want to see more amazing books, giveaways, education, let me know. Check out the comment box below. You'll see a link to this book. You'll see a link to the blog post with the direct link to this, actually you can enter the giveaway. In addition, I have many more giveaways. Check out that link below. I'm going to leave all 3 links below because I just totally love you guys, and I really want you to have a copy of A Manuel for Marco. And just let me know what you think. Let me know if you know anyone who has a child, a friend, or if you have a child, or your children have a child in their class who is diagnosed with autism or Asperger's, and let me know how they feel and how they could benefit from this book, because you know what, this is such a great book to help kids understand inclusion, and A Manuel for Marco is amazing. Just if your kids like it, also if you do have it, let me know about this book. Happy reading.